These are photos of a Japanese internment camp taken in 1943 by Ansel Adams. Camps like these were established during World War II by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in reaction to the Pearl Harbor attacks in the ensuing war. So how did a country fighting for freedom abroad end up denying liberty to its own citizens, on its own soil?
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
On February 19, 1942, a few months after the bombing of Pearl Harbor by Japanese forces, President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066 with the stated intention of preventing espionage on American shores. Then Roosevelt's executive order forcibly removed Americans of Japanese ancestry from their homes.
Look what they did to Pearl. They pretended to negotiate while they bombed us.
But how can you shout about freedom out there and do this at home?
It's done.
Anyone who was at least 1/16th Japanese reported to assembly centers near their homes. Assembly centers were often reconfigured fairgrounds and racetracks featuring buildings not meant for human habitation, including horse stalls or cow sheds. Food shortages and substandard sanitation were prevalent in these facilities. Assembly centers offered work to prisoners with the policy that they should not be paid more than an army private. Jobs ranged from doctors to teachers to laborers and mechanics. A couple were the sites of camouflage net factories, which provided work. From there, they were transported to relocation centers, where they might live for months before transfer to a permanent wartime residence or internment camp. Each relocation center was its own town and included schools, post offices, and work facilities, as well as farmland for growing food and keeping livestock. Each prison camp town was completely surrounded by barbed wire and guard towers. The last Japanese internment camp closed in March of 1946. President Gerald Ford officially repealed Executive Order 9066 in 1976, and in 1988, Congress issued a formal apology and passed the Civil Liberties Act, awarding $20,000 each to over 80,000 Japanese Americans as reparations for their treatment. Executive Order 9066 affected the lives of about 120,000 people, the majority of whom were American citizens.